And now, with the 47th hour of Doom Guy's great-great-great-great-grandfather slaying up West Point. Coming at you right now. Orange. I don't see orange much. What's the condition of my screwdriver? I'm going to switch screwdrivers. Give me the better one. So these garages, I think, are my best shot close to my base for me to find sledgehammers. So if you're wondering why sledgehammers, the only tool that can actually break stuff like walls and staircases in this game is sledgehammers. Nothing else can break anything but, like, so regular tools can break doors and other things that are designed to break, but for walls and stairs and the like, it's sledgehammers or bust, which is why I've made such an effort to try to find a sledgehammer, because a sledgehammer could break the brick walls in this house if I wanted it to, right? Sledgehammers can break pretty much anything you want it to break, which is why they're so powerful. All right, come flopping out. Ugh, I don't like when they stack up. There you go, there you go. Bit of a party house. Yeah, one sledgehammer is like fully, and then you can disassemble some things. So like electrical appliances and metalwork type stuff, or doors you can dismantle. But sledgehammers just can break anything that you point them at, which is phenomenal. And that's how you zombie-proof your base. So, zombies cannot climb rope ladders or sheet ropes that are, you know, otherwise climbable to the player. So the way to utilize that is to get to a house like this. So like, let's say if I wanted to make this house zombie proof, I would add a rope ladder from second story windows down to the ground floor. And then I would take a sledgehammer and destroy the staircase, and zombies couldn't, they would not be able to get up to the second floor to harm me in any way. And thereby rendering a... Okay, why do I hear growling? Who's growling at me? But yeah, thereby rendering the room functionally zombie-proof. Now, with that said, zombies will break anything player built, but they will not break prefabbed buildings. So, if I built a house, two-story house, they could just knock down all of the single-story floorboards and walls and all that. Now, there is no gravity in this game, but, like, they would ruin the base. Which is why player-made bases are uncommon in Project Zomboid, because you put a lot more at risk for destruction. If that makes sense. So yeah, anything that the player builds can be broken. Everything that the player builds can be broken. So if you don't want your stuff broken, live in a prefabbed building and design it to be zombie resistant. Let's see what books you got. Master Metalwork. Hey, we needed that one. Nice. Check that off. So we only need 2 more books. We need Master Cooking and Expert Fishing. Awesome. I do... Oh, hello. I was gonna say, I hear a zombie nearby. One popped out of nowhere. Which will be found next, cooking or fishing? I have no idea. I think functionally they have the equal chance of me finding them. Okay, so I have enough black hair dye now. Beta blockers, a razor if you want me to shave. I like it, but I'll listen to the votes. I would put up a channel point poll for it, but the trouble is there's no telling as to when either of them would be found. And likely I'd just be refunding everybody having not found either in a reasonable, within this stream. Didn't I just eat a bag of chips? How are you still hungry, dude? Fine. More cigarettes and eat those peanuts. Killing Zeds is hungry work. Yeah, I think he just doesn't want to be Small Ash. Yeah, we could, if you want a prediction, it ties up the predictions. You can only have one at a time. What book will be found? Fishing or cooking? I'm going to leave a 10-minute submittal period on this because I don't suspect I'll find either book in the next 10 minutes. With that said, maybe the game will just be like, ha, here it is. All right, I need to go home soon because it's getting difficult for me to see what's going on in here. Gotta unload that 38 special. Do I play RimWorld recreationally? Yes, I do. Yeah. But most of the time, I will play it recreationally. How to explain? I'll play it recreationally towards an end goal. So I'll play like a new mod that I think I might end up using on stream. So I'm playing it recreationally, but I'm also doing research at the same time. That's also true of most of the video games I play. Most video games I play off stream are video games that I'm vetting to see if I'd want to play them on stream. Because surely you guys know that there's a lot of video games out there and not a lot of them are worth playing in front of an audience or worth playing full stop and period. So I do spend a lot of time off stream figuring out what I want to play, what I want to do. So it's not technically, work, but it feels a lot like work sometimes. Okay, I am also starting to, as you may have just noticed, I'm going to have to make a point of this tomorrow when I'm searching for sledgehammers. Why is there a light source here? Oh, it's just the moon? That's really strange. I'm going to make a point at melting metalworking stuff down. So I level up my metalworking. What is my favorite game that I'd never stream? Ooh. This year? And in general are different answers. This year, I really found myself liking Death Stranding a lot. But generally speaking, story-based games like that don't do well for me at least, on the channel. So like Horizon Zero Dawn was, for all intents and purposes, a flop. It didn't draw an audience. It didn't have views on YouTube. It was, you know, a bit of a waste of my own time. Not waste, but, you know, so games that story games like that. So Death Stranding, one of the reasons I really liked it is it has almost no music, but then the music it has is very impactful. And the reason I wouldn't bother streaming it is all that music is DMCA risk. I wouldn't be able to actually play it for you. So a lot of the like awesome moments in that game that have riveting music, I would have to like mute, and that would suck from like a viewer's perspective. And that's why I would play it if you guys really wanted me to play Death Stranding. But also a very fair critique of Death Stranding it is a walking simulator, and I could understand 100% that people would be bored of it. When I'm going to play more This Land Is My Land, I have to figure that out, but probably Friday, this upcoming Friday. Yeah, liking the streams. And I liked playing it. I enjoyed the game a lot, but what I like to play and what does well, as this is, if you view this as a business, is two very different things. These sort of strategy survival games do well for me. Adventure games do not. Trying to think of, oh, I overshot my own base. Mostly because of all these trees that popped up. Sad Aloy noises. Yeah. But that was also true of the Outer Worlds, Outer Wilds. You know, there was a lot of games that just were functionally flops, but I don't regret playing them. It's just I have to acknowledge that if I do play them, you know, I won't be making, I'm not growing the channel. Not that everything has to be a means to an end, but if you make enough bad decisions, like for instance, I know this is going to be triggering, but like there's millions of streamers on Twitch that play games that have way too many people playing them already. I think this is a surprise to no one. But if, you know, if you take a look at how many Warzone or Minecraft or Apex Legends streamers there are, it's thousands of them all playing the same exact game, with all of them having mediocre skill, all thinking that somehow what they're doing is somehow different or more unique or better than everybody else that is doing the same thing. Yes, this is me being pretty cruel, but the reality is the world only wants so much Apex Legends. I'll pick on Apex Legends because I have played a lot of Apex Legends, and as a result, you know, if I decided to play Apex Legends on my channel, or like Tarkov, exactly. When I played Tarkov, I would have a quarter or a fifth of my usual viewers, and that's you know, so is it, you know, it'd be like a, think of it this way. I'll put it in another perspective that is easy to understand. Imagine if I was a musician or comedian, and as a comedian I had two different sets. One set would draw a crowd of 100 people, and another set would draw a crowd of 1,000 people. What set do you think I'd be giving? It wouldn't be the 100-person set. It'd be the 1,000-person set, because I'd be foolish to pass up the opportunity to limit the growth and audience potential of playing bad or doing stand-up for bad sets, right? Like, comedians wouldn't do that to themselves, because that doesn't make sense at all, full stop. You know, or if a musician had, you know, like all musicians that have like one-hit wonders, you better believe they play their one-hit wonders. Sometimes they play their one-hit wonders more than once in a show. That's not a mistake. It's just simply good business, because people show up to hear, you know, to hear that one song. So they might get sick of that one song. No doubt, I think they probably do. But that one song makes them money, and they'd be stupid to not play it, even if they hate it, because that's how they make their money. So with all my rambling, yes, I could play whatever I wanted on my channel, but that is very possibly a bad business decision. Of that, you know, so I hope I explained that well enough. That like, just because, and that's also why when things are proposed for me to play, I do retain some sort of veto, because it is, you know, it's at some level it's a business. At some level it is still a business. Yeah, finding a niche is very difficult, and expanding in a niche that is oversaturated is extraordinarily difficult. Some of you might not know, but I'm a moderator for the Twitch subreddit. It's a 1 million person subreddit, so it's a pretty significantly large subreddit, and I would say something like 90% of the people there are affiliates or smaller, and almost all of them have the same question, which is how to grow. How do I grow? How do I get more viewers? And almost all of them are playing hyper-saturated content. They're playing games that have 1 million other streamers. You know, and I'll give advice like this. I'll say, hey, you know, if you wanted to make it to the Olympics, and you could make it to the Olympics either as an Olympian basketball player or an Olympian curler, what do you think would be easier? It's a pretty obvious answer. I don't think it requires a lot of brain power. There are millions upon millions upon millions of people trying to be excellent basketball players, and there's almost no one trying to be an excellent curler. There is not a lot of competition to be a curler, right? So when it comes down to it, yeah, like, it's kind of obvious to most people. It's like, oh yeah, like, if I wanted to make it to the Olympics, I'd pick a sport that has almost no one trying to be in that sport. That sport doesn't have like a ridiculous requirement, because like, if you're not like 6 feet at least, I'm sorry, but you're just not gonna, like, statistically, you're not gonna go very far in the NBA, right? Or Olympic basketball or whatever. My point being is, you have to find a niche that you can succeed in, and a lot of people think that that streaming is just about playing games, or just about, and it's not. I'm not saying it's like the hardest job in the world, but having worked at ad agencies, marketing firms, done a lot of small business management, having a lot of that kind of experience under my belt, I can come into streaming with business acumen that a lot of the streamers that are younger than I am, that have never actually been in the workforce, don't have, and therefore they don't know how to market themselves. They don't know how to strategize. They don't know how to plan. They don't know, you know, how to market, or expand or grow, or they might not even know what a niche is. You know, if I mention, oh, you know, find your niche, you know, they might have no concept of what that even is. So it's a tough business to survive in. And I honestly, I myself can acknowledge I have survivorship bias. I have succeeded in ways that I didn't think was possible, and I still don't. I'm still surprised every day. And given that information, it's like, if I don't understand why I succeeded over the next guy, I in some ways am not qualified to give advice to people either, because it's like, ooh, it's windy. You know, if I have no concept of like why I did well, why will I have concept of why other people do well? Gotta catch up on chat. Master Broomer. Oh boy. Once this rubber duck is secured in the base, I will mark it down as saved. All right, let me take a look at chat. I definitely fell behind. Yeah, Dem Tacos is right. So Dem is, I see the highlighted message there. You know, you're also, well, you just made affiliate, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Being on the Twitch subreddit, I do, every now and then I'll give channel feedback. I will, I'll look at people's channels and sort of analyze what I think they could be doing better, what I think they're doing well, what their growth opportunities are, stuff like that. And yeah, it's extremely difficult to exist in an oversaturated market and do anything impactful. Hey, Zero. Let me see. Their chat's going off. I think I thrive because of the effort. Yeah, I would agree with you there. And that's actually not entirely my doing. You guys are amazing, so I'm thriving because of you. It's far more symbiotic. But yeah, I do pour a lot of effort into incorporating the community, letting you guys provide as much feedback as I can even incorporate without it being cumbersome, and listening, you know, what do you want me to play? How do you want me to play it? You know, all of that kind of stuff, which is critically important to knowing if you're going in the right direction, because it's very easy to say like, oh, you know, I've grown as a streamer and because I have new followers, but it's very difficult to take the pulse on what, you know, and this is true for me. I have no idea what everybody wants to watch, right? I know I'm not going to satisfy everybody. I know that if I have like, let's say 11,000 followers, it's only going to be like 1% or 3% that actually shows up to streams. And there are some streamers that have audiences roughly my size that have 200,000 followers. So their ratio of potential audience to people that actually show up for their stuff is tiny. And it's not an insult at all. It's just, it is very, very challenging to satisfy everyone, you know. That's just not even a realistic goal. Oh, so the rubber ducky. I digress. Hello, rubber ducky. 7. There it is. My point being is, the more I feel like I can gauge how well I'm doing because I'll ask you all, and you all will hopefully not provide me sycophantic feedback. And I can just tell just from what gets viewed, you know, how excited people are, how hyped they are for certain series, where my time is best spent. Right. And it does help to be like good at what you're doing. One of the things, now that it's been long enough, I might be able to, but I don't know. The day that, like, I'll give you a for instance. The day that Evil Genius released, I streamed it, having played it for a bit. I knew what I was doing, and I wasn't stumbling around, and I wasn't confused, because I had a pretty good understanding of the game. I wasn't taken by surprise. And then at the end of my stream, I raided someone who had, quite frankly, no idea what he was doing. And he had access to the game as long as I did, because we were invited to the same early access ambassadorship thing. But he was bumbling around, having not a clue what he was doing, which made it really, really painful to watch, because all he was doing was making, like, freshman mistakes. I'm not saying that you had to be an expert by any means, but, like, watching him was just painful, because it was like, oh my god, he just has no idea what's going on. You know, and to some degree or another, when I watch other RimWorlders, now, me coming from someone that has, like, a ridiculous amount of hours in RimWorld, yeah, it's not exactly fair to judge people by my experience of RimWorld, but I will watch a lot of RimWorlders that, like, will have, like, 400 mods installed and have no concept of what 200 of them do. So then every time they go into their build menu, they're like, what is that? What is this? What's going on? It's like, watching you bumble through your own mod loadout is embarrassing. Like, get a hold of your own content. You're supposed to be presenting gameplay to people, not like fumbling around. You know, I mean, it's just like, yeah, you're wondering why you're not growing. It's because you don't know what you're doing. If you straight up don't know what you're doing, how can you grow? Should Ash shave or not? Oh man, I like Scruff Ash, but we'll see. The rant is still going? Yeah, I guess so. All right, let me go to sleep and then search for that sledgehammer because it's 5 in the morning. Yeah, that was a long rant. Rant with an H. On the other, you know, and if you don't exactly know what you're doing, you can always edit and post, right? Like, obviously, as a streamer, you can't, but as a YouTuber, you can. So if you want to cover the fact that you're confused by your own content, because it is very, very hard to be, like, take a very complex game and be incredibly skilled at it, it's challenging. And then it's also really challenging to connect with an audience, to communicate, to narrate, and all that stuff. It does take practice and effort to do it, and it's one of these things that you just get better with time. However, if you're trying to make YouTube content, it's really easy because you just edit out all the stupid parts. I mean, I know that makes it sound easier than it is, but yeah. Hey, T-Sang, thanks for all the gifts. Yeah, if you want to propose that Ash shaves his face, you're more than welcome to. No, don't eat that. Alright, so what am I doing? I'm gonna head back to that old neighborhood that I was just at. Yeah, you can definitely have a learning stream for sure. I would say it helps to have a learning stream if you make it very obvious to your audience that that's what it is, and then you're playing with the audience and they're helping you learn, which can also be a fun experience. But like for Evil Genius 2, for instance, when he was streaming it, and this is why I picked on Evil Genius 2 and not another game, no one else could help him because the game wasn't out yet for anybody else but the people that were offered early access, right? So people were watching him play. He had no idea what he was doing. Nobody had any idea what he was doing. Nobody could help him. He couldn't help himself. And it was just like, oh God, like this is a little dreadful. I know that sounds mean, but it's like, if you're, because there was maybe only like, I don't know, I'll throw a number out, like 100 of us that was invited to play Evil Genius before it released. And if you're one of 100, that's a pretty big opportunity. And if you don't seize the opportunity, you've wasted it. Oh, jeez. You know what? This is not the first time I've almost hit these guys, so... And I've definitely had some opportunities, like Zero knows what I'm talking about. I've definitely had some opportunities that could have been really big, but didn't pan out. But at least attempts were made. And that's, in my mind, honestly just as important. Because, you know, like famously you miss every shot you don't take, right? But it's true. You do miss every shot you don't take, and it's important to take the shots. Raid Shadow Legends. God, this car's got so many horses. I feel like this, I guess I went north next. Is there a crash bar? No, not yet. So there's a bit of a dev, I guess log or something. Yeah, they blog or whatever about what's on the horizon for Project Zomboid, and armored vehicles is something they've teased. Did I have any sponsors? So I've never actually been paid by any company not yet at least, to make content. I've been offered free games, which is technically a sponsorship, but it's not a paid sponsorship. So, as such, I have to disclose that it's a sponsorship, but no dollars or cents have ever been, changed hands, which is fine. I've also turned down some stuff. Hey, there's a laser on this pistol. Yoink. My laser now. But honestly, what cop has a laser on their pistol? I don't think that that's standard issue, as I'll put it. Ooh, look at this prepper. So this is a prepper zombie here. One that obviously had tried to prep for... Oh, and I have my screwdriver out. One that had to try to prep for the zombie apocalypse and still failed. And you had a duffel bag with nothing in it. You have leather gloves that are damaged. You have a spike plank that's... Okay. This is a prepper zombie that doesn't have any good stuff, but, yeah, maybe it's a attack unit cop. I don't know. I just don't think they're supposed to have lasers on their on their handguns. There's something inherently wrong that feels... to quote a very old game, it feels very much like a that can pick it up type scenario. If cops have lasers. Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. I should do a bit of a checkup on the old Black Maria here. That sounded expensive. Luckily, running over zombies like that doesn't do too much tire damage. Also, what I'm doing right now, having my back to like trees that I can't see, is a bad idea because I would very easily get swarmed from behind. It's one of the things that makes the game more challenging over time is as open fields get overrun with trees, sight lines get cut. Right, so we're almost over to the neighborhood where I was at earlier, clearing for... Oh, no, I'm here. This is it. Okay, let's get out. Before I do anything else, I'm gonna dump my my current loot in the trunk, and let's check up on those tires and all that. So we have a front right tire that's at a little low pressure in about 50%. All of my tires are actually a little low pressure, so that's something we could fix later on. I'm not gonna pump up the tires in a zombie-infested neighborhood, though. That sounds like a bad time. So you all have tasked me, at least for the remainder of today, until I either find a sledgehammer or I fail at it, to try to find sledgehammers first. So it looks like this garage door, these are the ones I busted open, and then this one is open. I don't know if I've gone in that or not. No, I definitely haven't been here, because there's a lot of stuff I would not leave behind. Time to break my back with all this stuff. I don't really need any more gardening spray cans, though. I have a lot of them. But all the spare parts are kind of nice. Shatter my spine. Yeah, it's only 30 kilograms overweight. That's nothing for little Ash. Oh, speaking of little Ash, I'm little. No. All right, where's my where's my my raspberry shortbread? Eat the shortbread. Eat the salad. To be honest, the reason I'm eating here is if I get well fed, I can carry a little bit more. Yo, sir, you're intervening on salad time. Ain't nobody have time for a salad ruiner here. The goal was to lose weight, yes. Eating what I just ate is not going to put me overweight, though. Hey, Bear. Thanks for the resub. Paying for Fat Ash's gym membership? I know. Ooh, get to my belly. This little guy gets fat so fast. Yoda is like a little Wolverine. He just eats until he explodes. It's honestly impressively gross. I guess I just fat shamed my dog, which is a strange thing to do. But it's impressively gross. Did I break my leg? No, that's just discomfort. It's a weird symbol for it, but it's essentially I took a little minor damage from being over encumbered. So it's like I was uncomfortable or whatever. It's not actually a fractured leg or anything like that. I will search these houses. I just want to search for the sledgehammers first. Nope, I hear another one. Or a bunch more. Why are you suddenly craving Taco Bell? I've never craved Taco Bell, so I have no idea. Is it you, Dem Tacos? I sometimes crave tacos, but never Taco Bell. You know what oh yeah, okay. I just realized I had never checked if it was open first. Hello, swarmlings. Oh, she has leather gloves. Maybe they're intact. They are. Nice. To be fair, the chance of me needing spare leather gloves is pretty low, because if my gloves break, I'm probably dead. Fishing line. I've been doing some damage to my hammer, so that hammer... Nope, my hammer is pristine. Never mind. Barbed wire. Tent peg. Nope, nothing in here. If you're wondering why I'm switching over from my lead pipe to a hammer, hammers do more bash damage to like doors and stuff like that. Lead pipes do more damage to zombies. So some weapons are particularly good against zombies and some are particularly good against doors and windows and stuff like that. Rosewood map? Nope, they didn't have anything on them. There's a whole bunch of zombies trying to bash that door down, so they're gonna be on my heels soon. It is locked. Come on. A leaf rake. Oh, joy. Heavy duty battery's kind of nice. It's not what I'm looking for. If I ever have a sport vehicle, I guess I'll want a gas tank, maybe? Uh-oh, yep, hello. Alert noises! There's some project I have going on in the front of this garage. Yeah, it's easy for me to forget how many zombies I have to murder just to search a garage. Uh-oh. Speaking of murder. I wonder if I'm up to 1,500. Nope, 2 more. It'll be a clean 1,500. Is it murder if they're already dead? Probably not. Unanimate? I don't know. We were trying to decide what the actual term is for the re-deadening of zombies. Because you don't really kill them. I don't really know. I don't know. Deanimate? Yeah, something like that. I'm down to call it whatever you guys think it should be called. I'm just not sure. Zombie slaying? I think slaying, right? You could slay something dead. What are you doing? Zombie, like, stumbled away from me, which is the first one ever. Yeah, you slay zombies, I suppose. Pet Yoda. Oh, yeah. Hey, buddy. I really need, like, a lavalier mic on him, because he coos. Hey, bud. Anyway. He'll make a lot of cooing noises when he's getting pet and he's happy. So some of these houses I haven't searched, but I'm just going to keep searching the garages because I'm almost out of time for the day. And I would love to find a sledgehammer. That would be really cool. Nothing like eating candy canes and lollipops. Oh, can you imagine how old that candy cane is? Let's just take a moment to appreciate. In-game, it's September 21st. I never see candy canes out of season. I just don't. Which means this candy cane is 9 months old and sitting in a walk and roll cab. I am now patient 0 for a new cancer. It's like candy corn. Have you guys ever seen candy corn? Pahans, thanks for the sub. Is lockpicking a thing? Yes, it is. I think I modded it out of the game to prank you. God, I wish that was true. I wish I was in on the prank. I am being pranked. Oh, hello. Can you come out? Thank you. Yeah, so there is lockpicking, and you can actually spawn as a thief, which you start with, like, lockpicking skills. Gorilla radio. Turn that beep up. Ooh, I haven't read this gorilla radio. Yes, please. Is candy corn a North American thing? Maybe. I think it's just a way for, like... Who wants candy corn? I think there's, like, comedians that have sets all about candy corn and how weird it is. Because, like, I haven't known anyone to be like, ooh, yum, candy corn. It's like... It's just disgusting. Ooh, hood type heavy duty. Mint hood. That's really good. And a pink light bulb. Cigarettes. And a generator that I will throw into the vehicle. So given that it is 7 p.m., I will try for this last one in the row. And if it don't have sledgy, we will go back to the polls. In fact, let's decide what to work on now, and we'll leave this up for a bit. So hold on, I spelled sledge wrong. That cannot stand. Okay, there it is. Search for the sledge has made a, because I never completed it. You could vote for it again or something else. It's up to you. Nope, no time. The sledge should be on this. Oh, no, it isn't. Hold on. What? That's weird. Sorry. Again. There. I don't know why it got dropped. But thanks, Dim Tacos, for pointing that out. Alright, we'll get that generator too, so I'll have just so many generators. I'm also going to need to... Well, you know what? I only have one passenger seat, obviously, so that generator is going to need to go into the passenger seat. Find more party hats? I don't know where to find party hats, though. Clothing stores, I guess? I have no idea. The Pick My Own project. Oh, boy. You guys are going to regret it. My project's going to be like... Start... I don't know. Never mind. Where is that generator? Here it is. Put it in the seat. Alright. And last but not least, the last garage in this row. There's a lot of houses I didn't cover or clear. Start growing yayo. Now, it's psychite leaves. You don't grow straight yayo. Gotta get that right. Pleb. Okay, this vehicle has terrible horsepower, is very heavy, and has a tiny bit of gas. I don't really need another vehicle, though, so I'm not honestly considering it. Oh, here comes more enemies. They just walked by me. Okay. Your awareness check. You rolled. You rolled a 0. No sledge here. Let's try for a sneaky stab. Pop. I don't get a lot of those, but when I do, they're very satisfying. No, he rolled a 1. He's a zombie. He didn't roll anything, so he rolled a 0. Looks like Pick My Own project. Ooh. I will. So this whole row, let me remember. The whole row here is cleared. Sledge free, unfortunately. It's getting to be such a meme. Trying to find this sledgehammer. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Ooh, thank you, bushes, for slowing me down. Too many dead things in the road. Yeah, the game opens with "This is how you died." It's not about long-term survival. It's about being brutally difficult and killing you. Blame the sledgehammer on Tynan. Blame the Resmic serum on Tynan. I eventually found it. Not to spoil too much, because that was last week's stream, not this week's stream, but it took a long time. Find myself a Zeus hammer. I like it. Are those ready? Yeah, those cabbages grew fast. What did I just do? I don't even know. Persona Gru's home. Alright, now we're getting so off game topic. It's going to be confusing to all the non-RimWorlders here in chat. So I'll be putting away all of the new stuff I got, and then once I'm done putting away all this new stuff, I'm pretty sure it's a runaway poll, is like I like to call them. It's pretty obvious what's going to win, but I'll leave it up for y'all to vote. Shun the non-RimWorlders? No, I don't like to shun anyone. Cameron Blue, thanks for the follow. And thanks for voting in this here poll. So to fill you all non-RimWorlders in on the joke, Zeus hammers are just really strong sledgehammers, basically. And the Persona ones have personalities. So you can have a Zeus hammer that, like, makes you more hungry or whatever. I don't actually think that's a Persona, but still. Okay, we have a lot of car parts, so I'm going to need to move some of these crates over for car part boxes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to not do that. The reason being, it makes more sense to have the car parts lined up on the back wall than even where I put them. So I'm going to move the other car parts from where they are to this back wall and have the back wall lined with car parts. Ideally lining them up for car size so that it's sport, standard, and heavy duty. That would be the big brain play. Yeah, the RNG here has kicked my butt. I've been lucky in some regards, and like extraordinarily unlucky in many others. The world is partially procedural, Ripsy. So the way it works is the map that you exist in is not procedural, it's preset, but the loot in it is procedural. So if you played Zomboid, this is the same sort of warehouse that you would have in your game as I have in mine. But the loot, the car locations, the zombie locations, all that stuff is random. All right, so on the this right 4 is going to be for heavy car parts. I'm going to start divvying it up properly. I'm going to have 4 for sport, 4 for standard, 4 for heavy. Maybe that's my project. A little bit of extra organization. Nah, it won't be my project. I actually don't even know what my project's going to be. But for now, I'm just going to dump these parts here because I don't have a place to put them. I have some ideas for projects, though. I'm not totally out of ideas. I just don't know which direction I want to go. Let's eat that cab lollipop. How funny would it be? Well, it would be funny, but it would also be tragic if I died due to, like, food poisoning for eating random food out of a cab or trash. What are some other things besides the sledge that I'm looking for? Well, I'm looking for 2 books in particular. I'm looking for Expert Fishing and Master Cooking, and we have a Channel Point poll about which I find first. That was up for a while. Besides those things, not much else. There's not much else that I'm I guess what's missing in here? The lug wrench, the jack. Seeds, like strawberry seeds and stuff like that. I don't have seeds for every crop that's growable. So that would be another thing that I might want to find at some point is seeds for every crop. So what could someone quickly wiki it what crops am I missing? I know I'm missing strawberries, but I forget if there's another crop that I don't have that I'm missing as well. I don't think the forage identification book exists. I think it's actually foraging skill now. They refactored it and changed it in this this patch. Because when you forage, some of the berries that you forage up are poisonous and some aren't. And I think you just need to level up your foraging skill to be able to tell which ones are which. Oh, not the sad music. Look at my generators. Soon I'll be able to spell out help me or whatever with my generators alone. I have also a lot of electrical stuff. I could probably make a whole lot of radios and other parts for levels. God, it's already midnight in game. Slow down time. I only work so fast. I clearly get paid by the hour, not project. How slow I work. Make a bomb? I mean, I could. I might have the know-how to make a bomb. Using it, on the other hand, might just get me killed. Okay, what am I moving here? Lighters. Have a "Don't Dead Open Inside" sign. A creative sign, to be sure. Strawberry and broccoli? Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm almost done putting stuff away. I know it takes a long time. Oh, and it takes so long. My dude here is stressed as a result. Okay, where's my smoking lounge? I need to display the guitar. I think you're right. Maybe I should have a goal of having a variety of instruments displayed. Can you change your vote? Yeah, I think if you just type a different number than you previously voted on it allows you to change it. And that concludes the 47th hour of great-great-great-great-great-granddad of Doom Guy slaying up in West Point, practicing what his progeny will perfect. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next episode. Farewell.